Oi oi Savaloy, have you peeped the backdrop? We're in the Prem, baby. We made it! In spite of losing to Borough because of this Hayden Hackney belter on the final day, we still managed to lift the championship title, which means we're playing Premier League football in Season 5. And I'll be honest, anywhere other than bottom 3 is going to be an absolute win. It would have been easier with Maguire still knocking about, retiring with 2 years left on his contract. I'm still not over it, but it means there's big boots to fill for whoever we sign to replace him. So, without any further ado, this is episode 5, season 5 of Fleetwood Town. I did consider upgrading the bando, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm too sentimental. This is our Fleetwood fortress of Highbury. Right, here are the boys, our dynamic duo. I hope you two are ready for the Prem. We're going to need you firing on all cylinders, lads. Especially our 4-time Player of the Season winner, Zach Bloody Lovelace. This is your chance to prove to the world that you're the real deal. Jackson with an X8, look, keep your head up, son. And I'll let you in on a secret. You're definitely the people's champion. The comments love you, bruv. Don't worry about Dembele. It'll be fine for the first game of the season. But we need to talk about our fullbacks. Especially you, Vale. I don't know whether people think you're the main man or they want somebody else in your spot. But rest assured, I've got your back. It's time to settle his buy option. And with 33 million in the bank, well, we can sensibly spend with one hand and beg with the other. He wears 39 because he plays left back but brings the heat. For 2.5 million, you're officially part of the Cod Army, Harvey Vale. Now, on the other side, our captain, Brendan Wyadu. You've been with us from the start. Our captain, fantastic from the offset. I don't think I have it in me to replace you just yet. But Connor Bradley and Pubil, well, you're definitely on the radar for when that time comes. Now, here's the big one. Leon King, you're probably not quite ready to be starting yet. And you guys, well, you've been shouting about in the comments. I loved the idea of Callum Doyle, to be fair. I mean, he screams versatility. And then there's this bloke, Abdulkadir Kusanov. A no-nonsense name for a no-nonsense wall of a centre-back. He looks proper. And I almost went for the safe bet with Uzbeki Vidic. But Marco, well, he's had his ear to the ground. And he's been hearing rumours of a talent knocking about in the depths of League 2. I wouldn't say the gaffer is a gambling man, but he's always ready to risk it all on a wild card. It's a big jump from League 2 to the Prem, but if we can do it, well, why can't he? A 15 million gamble, and I'm dubbing him the Crawley Cannavaro. Dominic Moss, welcome to the Cod Army. A 79 rated centre-back knocking about in League 2. If this isn't the ultimate Fleetwood Town signing, then I don't know who is. There's a crap ton of double decent free agents and we're definitely in our rights to sign them, but I want to keep it relatively realistic. And such is the Fleetwood philosophy, well, we're showing our youth academy graduates the door for some extra cash. The board gave us nothing, so we have to raise funds somehow. I'm sorry, Curtis, you just never quite made it, did you? Ethan Aron and Marco with a K Bullat is a young team. You're the Unks. Next season, the captaincy, well, it might be up for grabs. On topic of youngsters, we're only developing bona fide superstars like Chetin and Smith. I don't want to dilute the team with too many youth academy grads because we've got a youth academy rebuild on the horizon. I've said too much. Here are the tactics for the Prem. They haven't changed that much other than Vale switching to wing back from attacking wing back. Right, so if you're new around here, we're going to play a bunch of games, have a recce around the halfway point, then play some more games and stop off around the end of the season. And without any further ado, lads, let's jump straight into the Prem. 4 long years has led to Highbury hosting Liverpool on the opening day of the season. Don't show them too much respect, we deserve to be here as well. And saying that, we basically laid the red carpet out for them. Dominic Moss, you've got to be stronger there. What was it Arsene Wenger said? You pay for the education of young players with points. If I play a 20-year-old centre-back, I know it will cost me points during the season, and I have to stand up for that. Wise words from a wise man. Yes, we want to promote youth here at Highbury, but maybe we should have waited until we avoided relegation this season to carry on his legacy, because we've been dicked 4-1 by Liverpool. Dominic Moss, if you shirk a tackle ever again, I'll have you playing back down in League 2 with Crawley Town. Harsh words from Marco, but he's looking to ignite a fire in the boys as we face off against Mick McCarthy's Wolves. We came into this game with good energy until one pass behind the defence led to a whip into the box and Fabio Silva sticking away a diving header. The Prem is absolutely unforgiving. Go on, Dominic Moss, that's the Crawley Cannavaro I heard so much about. But they're a bunch of cheats. Our bloke is down injured and he's using him to play himself onside. I mean, this goal just epitomises the game fully. What are we meant to do? about the Erehon. Get up, you battered Mars bar. Oh, I mean, I can't be too mad. He scored our only goal for us so far. Now, you're probably wondering who the hell was that down injured. It just happened to be our best bloody player. Marco with the K Bullet. He's out for 3 months. Alright, brush that off. Put that to the back of your mind. We've got to bounce back. Away to Palace at Selhurst Park. And at least we're starting this game on the front foot. Harry Wilson testing their keeper early on. A test that we failed against Palace too, as we go behind first yet again. Oh, way up, look at her go. Shouldn't you be doing a TikTok mukbang? On the topic of TikTok, do drop me a follow on there, as we're starting our TikTok series very soon. Link in the description, lads. It feels like we're capitulating in the Prem. It's like the frickin' Chuckle Brothers in the box. To me, to you, to Luca, to get it out of our area, bruv. It's plain as day that we're struggling in the Prem. But it's a wonderful run behind the defence from Dembele, and Iani slots it in the onion bag. 1-1 the final score, and we share the points at Selhurst Park. But it's just not good enough, lads. We need a timeout to take a look at ourselves. Charlie, I think you're right, mate. It's time for a formation change in the Prem, because 4-4-2 isn't working. We need to pack out the midfield. Wilson, Vieira and Erehon as a midfield 3. And with one up top now, Lovelace and Jackson with the next. Well, you have to battle it out for that starting spot, won't you? 3 games left until the halfway point, and we welcome Coventry to the Bando. Another team in our remit I'm hoping we can snatch some points from to climb the table. And Harry Wilson stepping up to the plate with a tasty goal. I think we might have a chance. A left foot like Messi on his day, I told you. But we can also tackle like Mustafi on his day. And Stassin, well, he puts it away from 12 yards. 1 apiece, 80 minutes on the clock, and I'm not sure what Vale is doing in centre mid, but he doesn't shirk his tackle. He plays a great through ball to Zachariah, and he lovelaces it past the keeper. Finally, he's got his goal in the Prem, but we can't hang on to a lead for love, nor money, nor fame, nor fortune, because it's 2-2's the remix against the Sky Blues. We've bottled our 2-1 lead, so let's try and hold our nerve against Luton, the penultimate game of these highlights, and it's Jackson's turn to start up top. He holds it nicely, waits for the overlapping McCarthy. He's still got a bit to do, the wee man, but he buries it far corner without a problem. I think this is the first time scoring with him. I could be wrong. I'm still half ill, to be honest, lads. To be honest, the less said about this, the better, but I can't complain. We've got our first 3 points in the Prem as we beat Luton 1-0. Nottingham Forest up next in the final game of these highlights before the halfway point. We're coming into this game so full of confidence, we've apparently forgot how to defend this basic ass pattern of play. Harvey Vale and Dominic Moss, you should be ashamed of yourselves, letting Bergstrom get dinked like that. But with 3 goals in the last 2 games, we're not panicking going 1-0 down. We know we can score goals at this level. We've just got to keep our foot on the pedal, keep making our own luck, and hoping it falls our way. But this game is all about one man though. Karamoko Dembele, our number 10, he bags himself 2 goals coming in off the right, and now he thinks he's cold Cole Palmer. Not quite there yet, bro, but I love the intent. And if you thought Lovelace's miss against Luton was bad, then look away now. Our 4-time player of the season has missed a sitter. Brush it off, Lovelace, it doesn't matter, because we win 4-1 against Nottingham Forest. Then let's go see what's happening at the halfway point. Boys, it's been a gruelling last 20 games, but we've made it through the other side in one piece. Liverpool and City are front runners for the league title, and you'll probably notice there are a bunch of teams in the top half that seem out of place. Bear in mind, we've had a terrible start to the season, and we're in 11th, almost smack bang mid-table, but look who's bottom half. Spurs and the Gunners in 17th spot. What is going on this season? It's a madness. Nico's top bagsman so far. 4 of those 18 goals came against us, which is embarrassing, but Jackson is on 9 so far. Wilson, 4 assists in 9 games. That's not too bad, but that's the least of our concerns, because Bergstrom, 13th spot with 3 clean sheets. We're shipping goals like the Titanic, and we've already brought Vieira back to Highbury, so it's time to bring in another legendary namesake. Dennis Seaman, on loan from Wolfsburg for 6 months. We've lost 6 inches between the sticks, but we've gained 4 overalls. With Seaman on loan, we've got a bag of money to play with. I've got a plan for our attack, so we're playing safe, doubling down in defence, and addressing our fullback concerns. Josh Doig, 13 mil from Ghent, and another jock in the Cod Army. 79 rated, great stats, and some added height in the back line. This is a bit awkward, isn't it, Vale? I said I've got your back at the start, now I'm standing over you with a knife in it. But I'm going to leave it in, not pull it out and watch you bleed over the marble arches. Bergstrom is off to Ipswich on loan, and Vale was joining Palace until the end of the season. I want them to develop and come back and claim their spot next season. Right, so this is my plan. Switching to the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow ting to pack out the midfield, with Doig and Waidu bombing forward to offer width, and Vieira sitting deep. Our best players are now in their best positions, I think. We're literally a few points from a European spot, so lads, if we play our cards right and beat the teams around us, we could have European football at Highbury next season. 250 games in the hot seat at Fleetwood Town, and each one of them has been building up to games like these. Away days at the Gunners, who are battling relegation. Who'd have thunk it, eh? If you've watched all of Fleetwood Town so far, you know that we struggle after January. And it's good to see we're keeping that tradition alive. Yusuf Makoga, how is this team in 17th spot? I don't understand. Finally, we get our first highlight in the second half. Bullat bursting through from right centre mid. We've got Lovey in the box, but it's fumbled to McCarthy, who spanks it off the back of the freaking boards. Marco drops to his knees. You're going to have him back on the Guinness doing TikTok mukbangs with that hefty bird from Palace if you keep this up, lads. It's a spin of the roulette wheel whether we're going to walk away with anything today. And Marco went all in on number 10. He's been scary good for Fleetwood Town this season, and just to make sure we walk away with something, Seaman deals with a long shot. Hopefully some vindication from taking Bergstrom's spot as he helps us claw back a 1-1 draw against the Gunners. Nuki now in 11th spot. Visit the Bando. Another tidy away kit to add to my wish list. I'll tell you what's on the list actually. Nuki away kit, a new laptop for better content creation, milk, eggs, conceding the first goal. Oh, that's right, we can tick that off. What else? Oh, okay, going 2-0 down. You couldn't do us a favour, could you? Thanks, lads. That's 2 things ticked off. And make it 3, because I'm fuming! Hang about, the comments told Marco to sign that lad and he didn't listen. Oh, okay. We need to have a think. No disrespect to Jackson or Lovelace, but maybe, just maybe, we're missing a Turk up top. Maybe we need a Doner Kebab House Brick House or an absolute Giesberger to shake things up with the side of baklava. Because beans on toast, it isn't working anymore. Harry Wilson cooking up something with the over-the-top ball. Lovelace on the end of it. He nods it down to put the cherry on top, and me, that's gone in the stands. I don't get nervous, but I'm starting to get a bit shaky, you know. I'm a little bit worried. Looking to break the chain of recent results in the league with an FA Cup day against Burnley. But just because it's the FA Cup, that doesn't mean we're going to change our ways. I mean, why would we try to keep a clean sheet ever again? At least this time we pull it back quickly. Moss floating one over to Wadu. I'm pretty sure my ball dropped before that did. Feels like we've just forgotten everything about football. We don't even know what the basic principles are anymore. So we've got Tommy Lonergan back on the pitch. Got a bit lucky, but I'm glad to see you knocking goals in again, mate. 2-2's the remix. We finally brought it back. The luck is on our side. Well, no, it ain't. Oh, I don't even know. Dennis Seaman, are you on Blackpool payroll, for God's sake? It's quite ironic because I cut a load of his saves out of all of the highlights recently, but we haven't won a game since he's played. So, yeah, we might be missing Bergstrom and Harvey Vale. But Josh Doig has just won us a penalty in the 90th minute. Ref blow for the... There it is. Bloody hell. We took an age waiting for the penny to drop. And only a yellow card. It smells like corruption. A bunch of meerkats peeking at the penalty. Tomo's got a good spot to watch Bullat spank that top left banjo. Oh, remember the name. We're into extra time, Jeff. McCarthy with an inch perfect through ball, and Jackson with an X has been taken out from behind. Konstantinos, you absolute coward. Is this ref allergic to red cards or something? What is going on this game? Did somebody say bend it like Beckham? Nah, bend it like a total pillock. Marco with a K, get back on the training ground for God's sake. But maybe there's a silver lining in all of this. They try to play out from the back. And Lovelace, well, he sticks it away top left. Our number 9 might have just won us the game in this epic comeback in the FA Cup. We're playing it round the back. I don't want to give the ball away. Josh Doig, what are you doing? Seaman with the parry and Leon King, well, he just can't get there in time. I'm sick of this team constantly throwing away the advantage and just being offside in the final crucial moments of the game. Just half a yard back or half a second quicker, and Lovelace could have buried that top right and won us the game. And now the quarter-final will be decided from 12 yards. Go on, Lovelace. Oh, for God's sake. Yep, it's just going to be one of those games, isn't it? Every other penalty has gone in. We've gone the right way. Can we do it again? No, it's just out of Seaman's reach. In the staring contest, well, we already blinked first. It's just a matter of Dennis Seaman coming to our rescue or they're missing. Marco with a K, Bullat sticks it away. And the final penalty, we go bottom left, he goes top right. We can't even catch a break in the FA Cup, so now we're dusting ourselves off and back at it in the Prem, in the penultimate game of these highlights against Leicester. It's fair to say we've been dreadful this campaign, so we can forget about European football next season, and let's just make sure we survive the Prem, and we can try and challenge for European football next season. Some tidy footwork from Marco with a K Bullet, and he buries it. 1-0 Fleetwood Town. and it's going to be a whole lot easier surviving the Prem after collecting 3 points from the Foxes. The final game of these highlights is against West Ham, trying our best to carry the momentum from the win against Leicester into these 90 minutes. Some tidy build-up play from Jackson and Erehon, and you thought that would have been it, but no, we tried to play out from the back, and guess what? We get punished in the most comical of fashions. So instead of bringing the momentum in against Leicester, we decide to absolutely humiliate ourselves by getting thumped by the boys in claret and blue in our own backyard. 3-0 the final score, and the only fans left in the stadium are blowing bubbles. Gents, we might be in a spot of bother. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been too long since my last confession, and I'm in need of your forgiveness. We've got 3 games left of the season, United, Tottenham and Fulham, and as we look at the table, dropping off a cliff would put it lightly. We've plummeted down to 15th spot. There are 3 points between us and 12th, but more alarmingly, there are just 3 points between us and 19th place, aka relegation fodder. The stakes have never been higher for Fleetwood Town. I'll be the first to hold my hands up and admit it, I made a mistake. I should have stuck with Bergstrom because, and I know it's not all his fault, but we've only won 3 out of 15 games and conceded 27 goals along the way. And it might also have something to do with Vale being replaced by Doig. I mean, look at him, he's jumped to an 80 rate and then he looks double decent. I'm bringing him back to Highbury. 13th place, Manchester United are the first of 3 games. Sorry, Waidu, there's no hard feelings, but we've got to play our strongest players. And in light of Waidu not starting, I'm giving the armband temporarily to Ethan Erehon, our Scottish Zidane. There we land, the first of 3 cup finals, with the prize being another season in the top flight. So hopefully this slaphead and his team of deviants can do us a favour. It was an absolute stalemate until the second half. This is the closest we got to their box all game. We've got absolutely no attacking impetus. Borderline impotent, and our defence's legs akimbo, letting the whole league put their balls in our goal hole. And why does every striker that scores against us go over and hug the manager? I mean, daddy issues much. And to top it off, Dennis Seaman is the money shot as he gets bent on toast, and Garnacho sticks it in an empty net, and all these mugs are celebrating. Wipe your face off, mate, you got a big more than egg on it. Oh, you know what, I told a lie earlier. This is the closest we got. It was actually a lovely passage of play until Lovelace couldn't stick it in the back of the net. We are in trouble, lads. Oh, it's getting a bit tight down here. We dropped 1 spot to 16th, but we're still 3 points off the relegation spot. 8th place Spuds are up next in our second cup final. Basically the same starting 11 against United, but King in for Moss and McCarthy in for Vieira, with Ethan dropping into defensive mid. We didn't spend 4 long seasons grinding it out to get to the Prem just to go down the first time of asking. Marco with the K Bullet tell Luca to get Sesko in his pocket. We're starting off quicker than we did against United, but if Bullet was just a tad quicker with the pass, Lovelace would have been through one-on-one inside 10 minutes. But to this day, I still don't know what Harvey Vale was thinking trying to play out from the back like this. Seaman parries it upwards and Sesko leaps like a salmon to nod in the rebound. The Cod Army can't quite leap like that. And well, as you can see, Bullet didn't get the message across to Luca, because the first half turned into the Sesko show as the Slovenian finds himself with a first half hat-trick in front of the Fleetwood faithful. He had me rocked to my core. I was doing damage limitation with first half subs for some extra defensive cover, because it will probably come down to goal difference on the final day. He gets a dink over Seaman, but the Crawley Cannavaro says, "Not today, sir. Just the 3 goals for you, son." But Julian Brantwell, a little heel to heel, and he pings it right across goal off the pros. We've been absolutely humbled in front of the Fleetwood faithful, and Seaman makes sure it's only 4 goals in their favour. Look at the state of Highbury. We're going to have hashtag Marco out banners at the next home game. Believe me when I say, trust the process. Have faith in the darkness and the light will follow like a sunrise. Well, too bad it's relegation on the horizon. This is what happens when you lose 2 out of 3 cup finals. It's all come down to the final game against Fulham. Luckily for us, they're in a relegation spot. But unluckily for us, our points total and goal difference is so bad that no matter which way you slice it, we need to win. This is how Fulham are likely to line up. Not the lineup I'd expect looking at the subs on the bench, but I'm not in charge of them for now. But looking at our own mess, I'm switching back to the 4-4-2. No inverted fullbacks, no centre-back CDMs, just a good old Brexit 4-4-2. Our strongest lineup, which means Vale left back, Moss is back at left centre-back, and Waidu back in the starting lineup with the captain's armband. The Prem just getting a little dig in there. Thanks for the reminder. Although it's not just us who are relegation threatened, It's winner takes all vibes at Craven Cottage, with the loser almost certain to face the drop. We couldn't have asked for a better final day really. Probably one of the few teams in the league we can actually beat, so we're just popping shots off from any which angle. Why haven't we been doing this all season long? It's a numbers game, right? More shots, more goals. Oh well, apparently not for Fulham. 1 shot, 1 goal and 2 fingers up to the Cod Army. The boys are just flat. Deflated, no confidence whatsoever. Lovelace even passes the ball on. We've got to force him to take a pop shot at goal. We need a spark from somewhere. Somebody hit someone. Oh, and there's the Crawley Cannavaro, stepping out from the back and up to the plate with a through ball to Lovelace, and he does so well to stick it in the side netting. Our very own Zachariah with sparks of seasons past, like remember the 5th of November. Moss with the fire ignited in his belly. 2 tackles in 1 game. Are you feeling alright, lad? Well, Harvey Vale isn't. Just giving the ball back to the... And I'm sorry, Dennis Seaman, but you've got to be stopping that at the near post. Now, it's not your fault, but I've got to blame someone, and you're out the door at the end of the season. 2-1 down, but we're still at it. We could do without that goal line clearance from the corner. The luck could be on their side, but that's the thing about luck. It runs out, and class, well, that's permanent. And there's a reason Lovelace has been crowned the Fleetwood Town Player of the Season 4 times in a row. It's because he plays for the badge on the front of the shirt, so the fans remember the name on the back. A hat-trick in the biggest game in the club's history to claw us back from the brink of relegation into Premier League survival. Remember, anything less than a win and we risk Burnley leapfrogging us out of relegation. But dare I speak too soon? 83 minutes on the clock, Fulham are on the offensive and our defence rests, Your Honour, as Holzik plays judge, jury and executioner, banging the gavel on our time in the Prem, sentencing us to 12 months in the Championship. I don't know why you're getting leery, mate, you're still going down. You're just taking us with you. Our condemnation seems all but inevitable, but as long as there's still time on the clock, we still have a chance. And there's a silver bullet to our problem as Marco fires a shot onto the post for Jackson with an extra double tap it home. A mercy killing for Fulham, which ensures our survival. 4-3, the final score. A day which will be written into the folklore of Fleetwood Town, and we'll be seeing the London club again very soon. A bit of subtle foreshadowing there for you lot. Pour me a Guinness and call me Shirley, because now anything's possible. We survived! 42 points is the magic number. Well, in hindsight, a point would have ensured another year in the Prem, but we weren't to know, were we? And as we have a look at the top of the table, Liverpool walk away with the title. I've only just noticed these. Erehon and Luca made the team of the season. Jesus, imagine where we'd be without him, eh? Haaland won the Golden Boot, and it ain't pretty as Jackson is down in 19th with 12 goals. And it's equally as bad in the assist charts with Erehon in 14th spot on 6th. And to be honest, the less said about our clean sheets, the better. For our own charts, Jackson finishes top bagsman. Now, is that the first time anyone has finished above Lovelace after a full season? I don't know, you'll have to jog my memory in the comments. As we look around the grounds, Walsall won League 2, Huddersfield won League 1, and Southampton won the Championship, and I can't wait to have a scrap with you next season. Erehon Dembele, who's been outstanding this season, and Bulat are our 3 highest rated players. But we have to talk about our tactics and formation. The 4-4-2 worked against Fulham, but it let us down at the start of the season. And regardless of the formation, we all know where we need to strengthen. You're not going anywhere, Captain. I said it in Season 1, you'll be here to the end. But we need a new fullback to have a chance of Premier League survival and climbing the table next season. Speaking of next season, we've only got 20 million in the kitty because the board are siphoning off the TV money, allegedly. I've got a boatload of right backs on the radar. I'm interested in all of them. But as you can see by the price tags, we don't have enough money for a real top tier player. Someone who's going to really raise the talent level of the squad. So we're left with no choice other than a yoo-hoo big summer blowout. If they haven't nailed down their spot, then they're on the chopping block. And we are absolutely going to make use of the free agents available. There are some quality players in a variety of positions, so let me know who you think from this list we should sign. I've already got a feeling I know who you'll want. Gilmore, Kamada, Del Blanco. Because I also need a hand choosing a new formation. We need to pack out the midfield and offer width. And to be honest, I'm just a bit lost for options at the moment. I keep chopping and changing and I absolutely need your help. So get in the comments with your transfer suggestions, both signings and sales. What formation we should use, everything. I absolutely need your help in Season 6. Speaking of, I'm working on a Fulham rebuild, so that will be out next. So there's plenty of time to get your ideas in before I start on Season 6 of Fleetwood Town. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to post the charity fundraiser update on the community page shortly, so keep an eye out for that. Give us a like, drop us a follow, hit the subscribe, and until next time, lads, take care. And ta-ra!